host, the pro, and the hack. One's got charts and a game plan. One's got coffee on their shirt. One's quoting data, one's guessing. Somehow it still kind of works. With hosts, the pro and the hack, breaking it down, then laughing it back. One's got the play, one runs off track. You'll learn a thing or two and love the way they clash with the pro and the hack.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Dinosaur Room here at beautiful Mission Hills Country Club for the Pro and the Hack. Today it's the Pros and the Hack. Hack is still singular, and we have two amazing golf pros here. Of course, our co-host is the one and only Dave Mulso, who is one of the great teaching pros here in the Coachella Valley, and he's brought in one of the amazing Mission Hills Country Club teaching pros who's been here for 13, 14 years or so. Scott Cherry, and bring him in, Dave.
Yeah, how you doing, Coach? Good to see you. Scott, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Beautiful day out there.
Wonderful to have you here today. Been keeping busy.
Yeah.
Been swamped.
Coaching a lot.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That time of year, you know.
Right.
Is it that time of year?
March.
Because
for sure.
the member, a lot of the members are come in for the season and then leave for the summer, late spring.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to get a couple more lessons before their season begins, right?
Year after year, it seems like the biggest coaching boom we have here is like January to the end of April.
Interesting.
That's the big time. Season is like November to May, but coaching-wise, January to April, pedal to the metal.
Well, that's because we're opposite here in the Coachella Valley.
Right.
That's one thing that did kind of help us, though. Unfortunately, we don't have the Gallery Classic. So we got an extra week in March.
An extra week and a half, yeah.
I know. Don't remind me, it's heartbreaking enough as it is.
It was weird last week not
So
having
weird.
a tournament here.
So weird.
First time in 57 years, I think?
53 years or something to that effect.
Well, with the gallery, too, because it was like 54 with the women's tournament.
Yeah,
and then
Well, it was,
crazy.
One of my great honors of my life to be on that tee for over 20 years. My family would watch from Boston and Scranton and all these other places, waiting for Tirico to say, that's the Coach Rich Gilgallen's voice, local radio personality. He's been on the tee for many years. Yeah. But to get to know those players.
Yeah,
and
amazing. What a fun tournament.
Such a fun tournament.
And they are so good. Man, I would always play Tough Day the day after this.
I had to give up Tough Day because I couldn't afford the golf ball.
Yeah, losing your golf balls in the rough is tough.
Because, they have a volunteer every 50 yards to keep an eye on it with their little yellow flag, Tough Day, for those that don't know, is when the membership of Mission Hills was allowed to play from the same tee to the same pins under the same conditions and see what you got. Hanukkah shot 64. What do you got? 94, 95.
I tell you what, I consider myself a pretty good player, and I would go out there and shoot 76 and be like, man, the winning score of this event was 16 under. Whoa.
Scott Cherry is with us with David Mulso. And, Scott, were you an athlete in high school?
I was, yeah. I played 5 different sports in high school, so I've always been a multi-sport athlete. Something I'm super grateful to my parents for getting me into anything and everything when I was a kid.
That's really important, isn't it?
Soccer, and that's what the science does now. Is like
well-rounded is very important.
Absolutely, yeah.
But somewhere along the line, there had to be like 1 minute or second even, where you hit a golf ball and you thought, I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
Can you remember that?
I remember one specific shot when I was probably 18, 19. I had like this downhill lie. I had to hook a 7-iron like 30 yards. And I closed my stance, closed my face, swung as hard as I could, hit it perfect, saw it curl like this, like crazy, hit it to 3 feet. And it was just one of the best golf shots I've ever seen. Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome remembering those shots.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about the putt.
Oh, no!
Well, putting is voodoo. I mean,
yeah. But yeah, I remember that shot and this game.
And so were you on the high school team?
Yeah, I was on the high school team. I was never real competitive, really. I never made it to state. I was sort of a late bloomer in golf.
What state did you grow up in?
Oregon. Yep,
Oregon.
grew up in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
and only played one junior golf tournament outside of high school. So I was a bit of a late bloomer. I didn't know it was something I wanted to pursue till I was a freshman in college.
Where were you in college?
That was at Oregon Institute of Technology. I went
OIT.
to be,
Wait.
Klamath Falls. Yep. So I went there to be a mechanical engineer. The goal was to design golf clubs eventually.
Wow.
So I already had like a golf passion, but the idea was to sort of go through like the club design and manufacturing and stuff route, and then I took a speech class, weirdly enough, in the speech class.
Well, you need that as a teacher.
Right?
Yeah.
The first speech was, what's your dream profession? And I said, I did it on being a PGA Tour player, and then it got me thinking. I was like, well, I'm probably too late to do that, but I think I could coach this game. So I transferred schools, transferred degrees, ended up getting a business degree from the University of Oregon, and then the December after I graduated from there, I moved down here.
Scott Cherry is with us, teaching professional extraordinaire from Mission Hills. So the next question is, as we asked Dave as well, is what brings you to this little jewel in the California desert? How did that take?
So I was trying to move south somewhere to try and play.
Want to get out of the rain.
Wanted to get out of the rain.
You know,
Man, practicing in the
I
rain.
mean, Lewis and Clark, once they got there,
Yeah.
they couldn't wait to get out of there.
Right.
Beautiful
Because-
summers, but
Yeah.
man, drizzly. Yeah.
So you found yourself, you came down here,
Yeah.
resume in hand. Is that how it works? What do you guys do?
Kinda, yeah. I actually, I had a distant relative reach out to me and say, "Hey, I hear you're trying to move south somewhere, and we have a condo on the second hole of the tournament course at Mission Hills. If you want to stay there for a couple months while we're in Seattle."
Is
And I said,
right?
yes, please.
Okay.
So I
And were they
came-
members as
came
well?
down here. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
they were here, and they resigned their membership 4 or 5 years ago to be with their grandkids
Yeah.
a little bit more.
A
in Seattle.
distant relative. I love
Yeah,
that.
my mom's second cousin.
You want to
Oh, wow.
stay at our
That's great.
condo at Mission Hills
Yeah.
for
I
the
said,
summer.
Yes, please.
It wasn't even the summer. It was December, January,
Oh,
February.
even perfect.
I know, it was
It's easy.
perfect. Yeah, so I said, yes, please, I'll do that. And then I came up here and I got a food and beverage job, actually. I worked nights in food and beverage. I was a server and bartender for 5 years.
At Mission Hills.
At Mission Hills,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So,
a great story.
and then 2016, I moved it back up to Portland, what I thought was for the last time. I was like, I'm over it down here. And then ended up having a little bit of an interesting summer up in Portland and decided to come back down and start my journey to the PGA. So I moved over to the golf shop in 2016 and started doing the PGA, and now I'm on the other side
Well,
of it.
here's the question.
Full-fledged PGA member.
Here's the question we ask every PGA member, because it's the most pressure that you are ever under, and that's the PAT.
PAT.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how many PATs did you have to take?
Just one.
And what did you have in your pocket on the 18th tee?
Oh, I had plenty. I
Did
shot
you?
35, 36, 35, 36.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I hit the ball. I hit the ball solid all day and didn't make a thing. I remember two putting from 15 feet all day.
Is
It was
that
like-
right?
You're just strutting up 18, aren't you?
I was getting frustrated because I wasn't shooting better, and then there's this guy in my group who had to I think he had to par the last 3 holes or something to make it,
Stress.
and I
okay.
was like, I saw that happen. I was like, okay, I'm doing pretty good.
Now, people don't realize that, you don't just declare yourself a PGA Tour professional.
No.
Pro or
Yeah.
club pro. You can't just say that's what I am.
Right, you gotta earn it.
You got to earn
Yep.
it.
Yeah, you
And,
gotta earn it both in playing and in schooling.
In school. Now,
Yeah.
Moso told me, and I didn't realize this, that you had to have all the other schooling done first. Or the PAT? Is that how it goes?
It sort of flipped it. When I entered, you had to
Yeah, you had to pass
pass
the
the
test.
PAT before you could get access to your bookwork.
Right.
But now they've sort of flipped it and said, as long as you pass the PAT by the time you're done with the program, that counts too.
And for the PAT, you're not competing against any other players.
Or
You're competing against a number that is already written
Yep.
on the chalkboard.
9. Break 80
Yep.
twice.
No pressure.
Is it?
And you got to do 36.
Yep, 36
One
in
day.
Yep.
36 in one day.
It can be a real test. I'm thankful that I was able to just go out there and do it the first time, because I have a friend who's done it 6, 7
I have
times.
one that did it 9 times.
And he's just like, man, it's just
But he finally
Tough.
did.
beating him up.
When you do get, when you take it now, and it's every 6 months, you can't just take it on a week later, right?
Yeah, no, they're scheduled
It's
periodically.
scheduled out, yeah.
It really is an amazing career.
It really is.
And,
I'm so lucky to be here.
You know,
It really, really is.
I know the two
I
of
have
you
a-
are like
I have a lot of gratitude for where I'm at these days, for sure.
That is awesome.
And your playing has just continued to be great. I mean, you're sitting pretty good here in the desert chapter, but Southern California, you're one of the top players.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I'm so grateful to the PGA for, is that it's given me an avenue to continue competing at a really high level.
Yeah.
Even though the traditional route to the PGA Tour I sort of failed at, I played mini tours for a couple years and got lapped, right? But now I can continue competing and play against a bunch of other PGA members like me, exactly. And have access to qualifying for specific things. Well, if I win the section match play, I get a PGA Tour start. If I win our section event.
Doesn't that get you into the Hope in the old whatever, the Amex?
Yeah, the Amex. That's the section championship, yeah.
The winner of the Southern California section.
I think that was Michael Block here last year, wasn't it?
Last year, was Michael Block.
And, of course, Michael Block, wound up
in the PGA Championship.
On the PGA Championship and playing his butt off.
How thrilling was that?
How good was that?
This caddy, pinch me, will you? Can you believe this?
Pretty cool.
Well, it's an amazing thing because, the different levels of golf. For example, there was one guy who won. And he would play the Bermuda Dunes and shoot 65 with the fellas like it was nothing.
Yep.
Or any of those, in those days it was Bermuda Dunes, Indian Wells,
Yep.
And so he qualified. Shot like 78, 82.
Yeah,
and
it's a different beast.
What's the deal? He goes, the light goes on, the camera goes on, you're on the tee. Not necessarily with Tiger Woods or Phil. It doesn't matter. A guy you never heard of just shot 67, and I'm shooting 80.
Yeah.
And so it's a hard thing to explain.
100%. When it's just like, okay, go do it right now.
Yeah.
And this is your only chance all year. It's a really hard context to play your best golf.
We had an old player. Do you remember the Blade? Like Shea, he was a local pro, a legendary local pro. He had a seat with his name on it at the sports bar down there in Cathedral City. And I asked him one time, I go, "Are you going to try to qualify for the Senior Open?" He goes, "I don't think so." You're a golf pro, right? What's it cost? Like $100? I'll give you the $100. So anyway, he goes out, and he's the, 8th alternate.
Yeah.
And he goes, I go, "You're going to go, aren't you?" He goes, "Nah, I'm dead." I said, "It's the Senior Tour, Blade. 17 guys are going to hurt themselves on the driving range." I mean,
you never know.
You never know. Daly was the 8th alternate.
Yeah.
When he won the PGA Championship.
When he won the championship.
Great story. That's so
and so they went out, and so him and his brother went out, and sure enough,
they got in.
Now on the number 1 tee, Mike Shea.
Love that.
And,
awesome.
he shot 80, 81 or something. Didn't matter. It wasn't even material.
Yeah.
But just at the Hogan's Alley in L.A. at Riviera.
Nice.
So that's the dream, right?
Yeah.
It can happen.
Absolutely.
It can happen.
And that's for me, too. I still have a dream of playing a PGA Tour event someday. I play U.S. Open qualifying every year, and like I said, now that I'm competing in the PGA events.
I googled you, man. I saw your name in in winning tournaments. I mean, there's no question about that.
I'm competitive in the section for sure. Yeah.
And so, the U.S. Open qualifier generally out here is played at at the top of Portola up there.
There are a bunch of places.
San Luis Rey.
There are a bunch of places to do it. Ironwood hosts one. Indian Ridge hosts one. That's where I usually do it, is Indian Ridge. Andalusia usually has one. Bermuda Dunes usually has one. And Classic Club usually has one.
Is that right?
Yeah, so there are a lot of options out here.
Isn't that something? How old are you now?
I just turned 36.
Oh, you're a young buck.
Yeah, I know. So seeing Michael Block when he was, 46.
It was amazing.
45, something like that. It's like, I've got a lot of time in front of me. So
Scott Cherry is
none
our
of us know
guest
the future.
with Davey Mulso. Now, when you made the golf team in high school, did you walk around the hallways with your shoulders back a little bit? Did that help your self-esteem?
Not really.
No?
I knew I was an athlete, and to be honest, I was really like one of the 2 golfers that we had on the team. We had like 6 total people on the team, and so I was one of the 2 people who could shoot around 40 for 9 holes. Yeah. So it wasn't a big surprise that I was playing on the team.
I just think sometimes if you have kids, and I tell parents this all the time, get them some golf clubs. And
you never know.
Lessons from guys like these 2 guys, because, it can change your self-image when you can play this game.
For sure. And this specific game, I think, too, can teach you a lot about yourself and about how to handle your emotions and handle tough situations. And, it's a great way to get out into nature and get some exercise in, go for a walk. It's a beautiful game.
They were doing the British Open on TV, and they ran this old clip of Nicklaus they were talking about club throwing. Mm-hmm. And they were interviewing Jack, and Jack said, look, I threw a club once, and my father was there, and he came up, he grabbed me by the shirt, and he said, Jackie, if you ever throw a club again, you'll never play with me again. And he said, I haven't thrown a club since. Then they cut to Nicklaus in his bunker at the British Open. 1, 2, 3. Out comes the club. I mean, the kismet of that happening in an exact sequence was pretty amazing.
The announcer's curse.
It's the announcer.
Hasn't 3-putted in 280 holes.
It's like Stockton the other day. He was talking about 900 and some holes he had the record without a 3-putt.
900 something?
And then he went to Pebble Beach, and he had, I forget how many, he was just unreal. 3 putts. It was a karma.
Well, I've done a whole study on and you guys should try this. I Googled simply why, when a golfer tells himself, don't go left, does he go left? And there's 500 pages online.
Yeah.
I mean, the brain does not grasp the term don't.
I remember hearing that from reading Rotella,
Rotella is
and I think even more than that, it's not so much that it doesn't understand don't, more that like when you say to yourself don't go left, your brain pictures left.
It pictures left. You're exactly right.
Your brain's experience is left, rather than like we want to phrase things like what we want to do, right? We want to understand that we don't want to go left. So I believe that that's a great thing to recognize as we're planning, like you were talking about Annika before that we were recording, right? In her think box.
The thinking zone.
Part of that will be, I want to make sure this ball doesn't go left, which means I'm going to aim this ball far enough to the right that even if I hit it left, it's still not going left.
Interesting, yeah.
Right? So it can be part of the planning stage to recognize that you don't want to go left. But after that, it's like, okay, now I'm aiming at the right edge of the green.
Okay,
I'm hitting it at the right edge of the green.
As good a player as you are and as good a teacher as you both are, and you're both very good players, what's the percentage of, in your teaching, psychology as opposed to even physicality?
I spend a ton of time talking to people about it, yeah, for sure. I don't know a percentage, but it's 30 to 60 probably,
depending
30 to 70
person, right?
Probably, depending on the person. I mean, I've had lessons where I've spent an hour and the person has hit 2 balls.
Same thing, Dave.
Like, sometimes you just get on a roll and,
Yeah, you're just in that discussion, and the client is into it.
Yeah,
you just keep going with it.
That's just what the day is.
Absolutely. And then a lot of questions, too, on your sessions. You're starting out, okay, well, you played a little bit. What happened? What's going on? What are the things you wrote down? Their whole perspectives of it. Now, I had one this morning. She said, well, I was thinking about whatever it was. And I said, why in the world are you thinking of that? We're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have one thought in a pre-shot routine. Yeah. We're trying to, like I was saying, really clearing the mind out, getting focused to what it is we're doing, and everybody just seems to wander off of that.
So hard. That's the magic 3 words there, or 2.5 words, the pre-shot routine. I see so many amateurs, get out of the cart, bend over, put the tee in the ball, and then stand right there and swing. And then they were like...
Yeah.
So now what I've heard, and you guys can clarify this, and we're here with these amazing golf pros, Scott Cherry and Dave Mulso, in the Dinah Shore room at Mission Hills, the repetitive nature of a pre-shot routine is supposed to shut off one side of the brain. Is that what you guys are thinking about, or why have a pre-shot routine? Let me ask you that.
That's not really how I think about it necessarily, trying to shut off one part of my brain, but the way I think about it for myself is like it feels like a security blanket, right? Because I know exactly what I'm doing and I've practiced it so many times, right? Out here playing a casual round by myself in the afternoon where I'm just playing 9 holes, I'm still going through my process and still trying to get as focused as I can get on every shot. And because I've made that a habit, when I'm, in U.S. Open qualifying and I'm coming down to the last hole, really hard golf hole, and I know that I need to make par to make the cut or whatever the situation is, right? I'm going through that same process with that same intent, right? So because I've done it so much and because it's become a habit, it really helps me feel more comfortable in those stressful situations.
And as you're behind the ball and looking out, Dave, I mean, is there one trigger that you do every time, like pull the shirt
man,
or
all
something?
sorts of triggers I do all the time.
kinds of triggers,
Yeah.
You see it on tour all the time with triggers. Once that's set and pulled, you go.
Well, I think Arnold's trigger used to be the camel flick. And then go.
Yeah.
They said he was the only player that could smoke 3 on a par 3. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
That was what some of the pros told me at the old time.
One of the things that I really believe in is breath. So if we look at like any sort of like yoga or meditation or breath work, it's always, can we bring the focus back to the breath? So I have my process anchored in breaths. So I do 3 deep breaths every single time I hit a golf ball. And I know what physical motion and mental thought are tied in with each breath. So I take a deep breath while I'm behind the ball looking at the target, and that's when I might have that little trigger where I actually swing the golf club with one hand. And then I walk in, look at the target, take an inhale, look at the ball, exhale, look at the target, inhale, look at the ball, exhale, and take the trigger.
Same thing every time.
They showed a video the other day of Nicklaus's setup and how he always picked the spot out.
You can see him doing it,
You
right?
can see him do it.
Yep. Next to the ball, spot, target.
Ball,
spot, target.
target, spot,
Yep.
ball.
100%.
And several times.
Yep.
Several times. I mean, only one, 18.
I watched an
pages.
amazing supercut of I think this was created by Scott Fawcett of Decade Golf.
Yeah.
It was like a 20-minute supercut of every full swing shot Tiger Woods hit in the 2000 U.S. Open where he won by 15.
Yes.
And there's a timer in the top right, and the timer starts when Tiger's left foot hits the ground walking into the ball, and stops when he hits the ball. Every single full swing shot he hits, 12.5 to 13.5 seconds. Same amount of looks, same amount of waggles, same amount of steps. It's just amazing how much it's just an absolute loop.
Discipline.
How many students do you guys have to break up? Because I told a guy one day, this guy took 3 full practice swings before he swung.
Yeah.
And I said to him, you shot 90, and you swung the club, say, 70 other times.
Right.
Okay, not including the putter. I mean, that's 165, 170 full swing. At some point, that's going to affect your spine and your shoulder and your hip. Take a look, and swing the club.
Whatever you're doing, just make sure it's with a purpose. Whatever it is, if you're working on something with your coach, doing it with a purpose. If you're out there, lots of times just going out there, giving it a little waggle, just trying to relax yourself. You were talking about breath and that kind of thing. There's times where have folks just grip that club as hard as you can.
So bad.
And now let it loose. And you feel all that tension just go away.
Well, you can see on in a lot of amateurs, at address, you can see
Forearms
the
ripped.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not good, right?
Yeah, I think a waggle is a great thing to have in there for sure. I'm super dynamic before I hit a ball. I've got my feet shuffling. I've got my hands re-gripping. I'm like waggling that club around. Oh yeah, lots of movement. As soon as you are static, your muscles start to.
Well, here's what it is the most fascinating thing about the game. I tell my friends this because I'm a 15. Okay, so I'm the hack in this crowd. Okay, but I will never be able to throw a football like Sonny Jurgensen or hit a baseball like Mickey Mantle. But every now and then, I can hit a 7-iron just as good as Tiger Woods or Jack Nicklaus. I mean, it might only be once a month.
Not going to go the same distance.
It certainly won't go the same distance.
But
I mean, you know, you just,
flashes of brilliance.
You get these little flashes, and
That's the beauty of the game.
isn't it?
That's why it's a fabulous
I had a
game.
good friend take up this game last year, and he's got one of those sort of like addictive personalities. And I was like, "You better watch out."
I know
Once you
once
you hit a good golf shot, watch out. And sure enough, he is hitting down the rabbit hole at this point. Yep.
Forget about it.
So when you're going through with your clients, how do you troubleshoot, like with the golf swing, working with your clients?
So I always try and, for my own coaching and for them personally, I'm always trying to help them find the facts of the situation. So many people, you said it earlier, what happened, right? It's like if you can understand what happened from a factual standpoint, everything is built on that. So
Does video help with that?
video helps with that. I think TrackMan is a really good tool for that too, as long as you know what you're looking for. But I teach people to look for the ball flight laws. So there are 6 ball flight laws, and if you understand how these interact with the ball flight,
Get your pen, Coach.
Yep. So let's see if I can remember them. I feel like I always forget one of them when I'm trying to list them like this. So we got centerness of contact, where you hit the middle of the face. You have club face angle, where the face is pointing at impact. Club path, how the club is traveling through space at the moment of impact. You have dynamic loft, how much loft is on the club at impact. You have club head speed, how fast it's moving. And you have attack angle, whether the club is moving up or down coming into impact.
Into the ball.
Yep. So
now
if you can determine
is-
which one of those needs to be changed,
Interesting.
then that is the first little breadcrumb in how to improve.
Would you say amateurs are too often hitting up on iron shots?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably
99.9%.
Yeah, it's-
They forget one rule. Down equals up with an iron.
And it's not so much that they're trying to do it, right? But they just don't understand that that's how the swing needs to be oriented a lot of the time. And so I always ask students, what happened? So they'll hit a shot and it doesn't go the way that they want to. And I'll say, what happened? And they'll always, without fail, they'll always answer, oh, I didn't turn enough, or I didn't have my hands high enough, or I had too much weight on my back. And those things might be true, but when I ask what happened, if you can tell me that ball went left and low because my club face was closed and I hit it on the bottom of the club face. Okay, great. On the next swing, if we can, that's what we're trying to affect, right? If we're trying to hit a better golf shot, we have to hit it more in the center of the face, and we have to have the face more open than where it was. And you would be amazed by how frequently, even amateur, less skilled players can make these changes simply by understanding what they're trying to do. Like,
What happened?
what happened?
That's the title of your book.
What
right there,
happened?
Scott. I'm
Yeah.
proud. It's a great title.
I'm always asking people to tell me a fact. Can you tell me one fact about why that ball did what it did?
That's one big thing as a coach. You can't get enough information. You got to get in their head. What are they? Because everybody's different.
How are you understanding this?
Exactly. And then
It's fascinating.
And that's the heart of troubleshooting, right? If you go to a mechanic or something, right? They're gonna go, "What's the car doing?" You know?
Exactly.
Oh, it's a squeaky belt, or like it's squealing here. Okay, it's steaming out of this point, right? That we're trying to find the facts of what's happening so that we can like build a plan to change it for the better.
Is it easier to take a rank amateur who's never played before and make them better quicker, or a 10 handicap who wants to be a 5, or a 5 handicap that wants to be
personally with me, I think it's easier working with a pro. You just give them a one simple thought. Now you got to make sure that that's the root issue of what's going on, because most folks are always feeling reaction from a specific action.
Yeah.
And it's not correct most of the time. It's easier because I said, feel like you're going to hit the back of your left hand, your lead hand. It keeps it a little more squared down. Something simple like that. It's really gratifying to have somebody start out playing the game. You get them going with the fundamentals, and they hit that shot.
Once they get hooked, yeah.
And you see
Watching them in real time get hooked. is
Exactly.
So
You see that
so
expression
fun.
on their face, and it's just, that's it.
Yeah.
That's why I love
Actually
doing
hitting
this.
a golf shot, I'm always just like,
Yep.
Yeah, one of the scramble
Do that.
one of the scramble nightmares is when somebody pulls up and they say, "Just want to let you guys know I've never played golf before," and you go, "Oh, okay."
like, well,
You know,
we're gonna have as much fun as we can
that's
today.
right. You'll be tapping in the birdie putts, but you know the golf swing is just such an amazing thing. Hogan's book, and Golf My Way with Jack, and these amazing books. Hogan has the first chapter is on the grip. I think it's 35 pages. I mean,
You can find as many details as you want to find, and that's, I think, a challenge as instructors is what level of detail do we go to, and that answer is different with every player. You know,
player.
Yeah.
depending on their skill set, depending on their athletic background, depending on their age, right? Depending on their goals.
Now, somebody told me that you stand on the wrong side of the ball and are still this unbelievable golfer.
I've seen him do this, man. I tell you, there ain't no way I could do that.
I started playing left-handed about a year ago.
Is that right?
Yeah. So I had a couple friends, my brother-in-law and a good friend of mine, were picking up the game. So
Did you throw left?
No, I'm not
You're right
ambidextrous. I figured out how to throw frisbee left-handed because I injured my wrist in college, and I played ultimate frisbee in college. But yeah, it started as I did a few years ago, just sort of seeing what I could do. It's like, I wonder what happens if I take my pro's brain. I've got a really good mind for the game, right? Planning, expectation, all these things. I wonder what happens when you combine that with a golf swing where I literally don't know what's about to happen.
Isn't that amazing?
I could top it, I could pull it, I could shank it, I could hit it left, I could hit it absolutely perfect. And it's a great exercise in patience. My favorite thing in life is the learning curve. Seeing that I'm getting better at something is my favorite experience. So it's been really, really, really fun sort of being a beginner again and getting to experience that learning curve.
And he's still cranking at about 260.
Yeah, I hit one on, I had one on TrackMan the other day that carried 250 and totaled 280.
A drive? A drive?
A driver, yeah.
It's amazing.
So
was-
it's happening.
I was at the U.S. Open driving range before I think it was a congressional, but Freddie was up there with Phil, and they were side by Ooh, Phil. And then Freddie goes, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take Phil 7 and he pures. One side of the ball, I guess you can do it from the other side.
And that's the thing that has been really fun about it is, like, I know physically, technically, what I'm trying to do. And so seeing if I can figure out how to do that, even when I'm not feeling very coordinated with the golf swing, is really fun. And I found that my chipping and putting, pretty good.
I used to know a lot of
Just the
guys
full
that
swing was
would
chaos.
bat right and putt left. I mean,
Yeah.
that
Our head pro here, Richie, he swings righty, putts left.
Mm-hmm.
And our director of golf actually swings left, putts right.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mikey is a left-handed golfer too?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
All these left-handed golfers, I know, right, out here. Amazing.
I know.
So yeah, you get a different when you're talking about putting, which is voodoo, and is I don't know. I mean, driving the ball, approaching the green, chipping around the green, and putting. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
Those are
Maybe
four-
throw some bunker shots in there. But
Bunker shots.
Sure.
I was blessed. I had a phone conversation with Gary Player one day on the show.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I got to take advantage of this, Gary. I go, can I get a bunker lesson from the greatest bunker player that ever lived on the phone?
Right.
He goes, Laddie, let me tell you, Laddie. I went to my first Open Championship, and I spent every penny I had getting there. And I didn't have enough room for a hotel. And I asked the greenskeeper, is there a bunker I can sleep in here? And he said, number 6 on the, he said, I slept in the bunker, and I won that tournament, and I never slept in the bunker again. He said, but here's my one lesson for you. If you take anything from what I'm saying, when you're in that sand bunker, and no matter what else you do, when you go to hit that ball, you must make believe there's a match on the bottom of that club, and you must strike the match.
I really like that visual.
Yeah. And I tell you, I'm a pretty good bunker player. I wish I could strike the match in the middle of the fairway. So,
the strike pad's in a different location. In the bunker, the strike pad's underneath the golf ball.
Yes.
In the fairway, the strike pad's in front of the golf ball.
That's the key.
So think about it.
And that's what
Take
the
that-
amateurs have a real hard time.
Take that visual out and see if that helps.
So
you.
you're trying to hit, the last thing you want to do with the driver is hit it in front of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, the driver's a specialty shot.
Driver's a specialty shot.
Yeah. So don't try and do it with your driver what you're trying to do with your irons.
Well, this is the problem with this crazy game. Okay?
Yeah, it's 7 games in one.
It is. There's 1,000 different things. There's a wonderful little cartoon with Sevi standing over a ball, and all his thoughts are in the bubble above him, cartoon. Swing speed, left hand low, keep the right hand, make sure the shoulder gets behind it. There's all of that, and it's
as complicated as you want it to be, and you can also distill it down,
And you get these big
Hit the
shots.
ball,
I had a
get in the
guy
hole.
one time tell me, golfers aren't athletes. I go, okay, no, okay.
So I tell a lot of folks.
Have you ever
Here's a
played?
golf club.
Yeah.
Go.
Have you ever played before? No. I said, come out to the range, and I'll tee one up for you. I'll give you $100 if you can hit it. Just hit it. You've never swung a club? No. Not 1,000% chance that you're going to be able to hit that ball. You're going to miss it 5 times. It's sitting right there. It's
just
not
right
coming
there.
at you. It's 60 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. And your experience with pro athletes, a lot of times when we had a celebrity championship out here, you get baseball players, pro football players, and basketball players, and that's all they want to do is golf.
Golf in the off season.
That's
It's a
all
great off season sport. Very limited injury risk. You can still be really competitive with it.
Oh, Jordan is the king of the competitive golfers out there. So it's
Heard LeBron has taken it up in the last couple
Is that
years.
right?
Yeah.
Why
Steph
not?
Curry, of course.
yeah, Steph is a good player.
Yeah, really good.
And it was at one time I had a national show, nationally syndicated. And I kept hoping one day I'd be down up enough on the list to get invited to Tahoe.
Yeah.
Friend, I mean, Barkley's
That
out there
celebrity
shooting
event,
200. I never got that call, but we had plenty of celebrity golf going on.
It was a treat.
And I'm kind of a low-level celebrity compared to who would come out with the Sinatra or to play in the Dinosaur. And so I'd be walking around, and they'd be showing the pairings on the screen, Johnny Bench.
Yep.
And the people at number 11 go, oh, we got Johnny Bench. And then 11B be Rich Gilgallen, and they would go, who's he?
Who's that?
I don't know that guy. So I had to work hard out there and entertain. I got Joe Montana's card for the Sinatra the first year, and it said right on the front of it, Joe Montana. And so I'd pull up to the green, we just hit the shots, and I'd pull up, and they could see Joe Montana, the big letters coming up. And then I'd get out of the cart, and they go, I go, I've been sick.
He's changed.
I've been sick. Don't worry about it. It's the Pro and the Hack coming to you from this amazing Dinosaur room at Mission Hills with Scott Cherry, our guest, and David Mulso, of course, both teaching pros right here at this beautiful facility. And I'm your hack host, Rich Gilgallen, the coach. So you guys are here at Mission Hill.
Yeah, beautiful facility.
Not too bad, huh?
You got 3 amazing golf courses.
Amazing golf courses, all
You got
really
a
different
Desmond
from each
Muirhead,
other.
a Desmond Muirhead, Jewel,
Beautiful.
major championship
golf
without
course.
any blushing about it. You have now we found this out from Bohannon. I don't know if you know this. In our last episode, that the Pete Dye was originally called the Dinosaur course.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
I know. No, none of us know it.
No.
Only Larry Bohannon knows it because
He's been around for a
he's
while.
a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And but somebody came in and said, no. Now, let's talk about the Dinosaur course.
Yeah, that's
So Desmond Muirhead, 1971, I think,
Something like that, yeah.
and 18th tip tee.
no, it's a beast. 646. Yeah,
46.
we just put the tees back to where they originally were.
Is that
and
right?
I tell you what, I play back there. It
Yeah.
is a beast.
646, and I don't know how many 600-yard par fives there were in those days.
No.
Back then, that would have been.
I mean, they were playing,
I'm sure that-
persimmon
yeah.
heads and.
The only one I can think of, I was at Dub's Dread Golf Club in Kansas City. That was Harold Jug McSpadden's course, and he had big exhibitions out there with Snead and all. And this thing was in the Guinness Book of World Records, I believe, at around 82 or 8,300 yards. And when I was there, I could still see some of the tees, and they're playing 550 par fours. And they had a couple of them that were playing well over 600. Yeah, Kansas City, it had the hills and all of that to it, and wow, what a beast.
Well,
So
I've taken my picture standing next to that tee marker just to tell my boys back in Boston.
Yeah.
You see the coaches playing now.
Yeah.
Then I get in the car and go to the silver.
Right, and then you drive 150 yards up.
Way up, way up there, Jerry. Let me tell you. Now, as you teach amateurs, and especially out here in the Coachella Valley, you get some young kids, children maybe out here, but primarily guys who have worked their whole lives to get to a place like this. And Ray Floyd told me once, Coach, par is an arbitrary number.
Par is fully irrelevant. It literally
Tell me about
doesn't
that.
matter.
Yeah, you have to almost set your own par.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. And you can base that on your handicap. You can base that on the length of the golf hole. I tell people all the time, if you can't get there in 2, it's not a par 4.
Yeah, it's an arbitrary number.
I coach,
exactly
a
right.
lot of women here. We have a rich history of women's golf.
Rich history.
And I tell them all the time, these golf courses aren't designed for you to, this par isn't accurate for
Right.
you.
Well, let's just say number 3 on the Dyna.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's a par 4 from Silver Tee, I'm a monkey's uncle.
Right?
Okay?
Absolutely.
I mean-
I always tell people, you know what I call holes where I hit driver, 3-wood, 8-iron onto the green?
Yeah.
I call that a par 5. I've never in my life played a par 4 where I hit driver, 3-wood, 8-iron.
Right.
It's never happened.
No. So it was a fascinating statement coming from Ray Floyd. People told me he was grumpy. He couldn't have been sweeter on the radio.
I think about that in golf tournaments too, right? Sometimes when I play events like at U.S. Open qualifying, Indian Ridge, the 10th hole plays as a par 5 for the members. We play it as a 500-yard par 4 in the tournament.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The task is the same.
Right. The numbers.
Get the ball in the hole in as
quick as
few
you can.
shots as you can. Whether
Yeah.
that's a 3 for an eagle or a 3 for a birdie,
Right.
it's still a 3. At the end of the day, you shoot 68. Whether that's compared to 71 or 72, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. The task is the same.
So true.
Yep.
And there's some people out there. Well, let's transition to tradition unlike any other.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the opportunity to travel at
I haven't been to the Masters yet, no. As a PGA member now, I can get in for free, but I haven't been over there yet. So
What
one
about
of
you,
these
Mo?
days, I'll
I have not been over there.
Never been over there?
Nope, have not seen it. It's a bucket list for sure.
So you need to talk to Joe Daniels. He's been there I don't know how many times.
I'm going to get his number. Absolutely. No, it would be a dream. Anybody I've talked with, guys, even players that have been out there, television doesn't do it justice.
Well, you know what I find interesting about Augusta is that it's the perfect course designed for tournament play
It's a great, yeah.
because of 13 and 15.
13, 15, yeah.
I mean, because
Absolutely.
you can make a 3 there.
You can also make a 7.
Or you can make a quick 7.
Yep.
And the genius of that design.
And it being on the back 9 and
2
hole
par
12
5,
too.
number 12, it's this wide.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And it's shaped the wrong way for the shot pattern.
it
for
doesn't
most people.
work, and the wind is, and the I mean, it's just the most amazing
test.
setup and test.
What a test.
So who's your favorite? Who do you think's going to take it? I tell you what, watch out Gary Woodland. I'm so happy for that guy here this last week.
What a great story.
What a cool story,
Oh,
for sure.
and he's a KU guy, rock chalk,
Oh, is he a KU guy too?
absolutely.
There you go, yeah.
So, what a great story. But I'm pulling for him. I'd love, I don't know if is he going to be at the Masters?
Yeah,
He is with his win. So yeah, he's going to be there, of course.
For people that don't know, Gary Woodland is a U.S. Open champion.
Yep. I was there when he won that.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
2019.
Who had a baseball-sized tumor
Yes.
removed from his head. They didn't know if he was ever going to play again. And he's beloved. Everybody
he's
loves
back.
him. I've never heard anybody say a bad word about
Oh, I
him.
heard he's just a fabulous guy.
Yeah, and he came back, and to win, that's what is
Yeah.
amazing about this
He had an amazing interview at the Players a few weeks ago. Where he
Amazing
was super
interview.
vulnerable about what his PTSD is doing to
Well,
him.
yeah, he's
since
had his head opened up.
surgery.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
enough to give
so-
anybody PTSD.
Yeah, so-
I get PTSD stubbing my toe.
It's wild.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's
So yeah, it was such an emotional thing. Now I've talked
pretty
about
cool to
this
watch.
for many years on the radio. If you win the Amex, that's a great win.
Mhm.
The guy smiles and they take their hats off. When you win the Masters, you fall down on your knees and you sob for 45 minutes before anybody can talk to you. The U.S. Open, on Father's Day.
Life changing.
Oh,
Always on.
I could imagine. I was sobbing when Gary won last week.
So was I. So was I. That's a special case because of where he was. When Tiger came back and won the Players,
Yeah.
the crowd went
Yeah, the
crazy.
2019 Masters.
hmm
I mean,
What a scene.
it's such a, the majors are separated, obviously,
100%.
from the rest of the.
Intentionally, right?
And
They're built that way.
They're built that way. The
Yeah.
purse is much higher.
100%.
You can come
Best
in-
players in the world.
Yeah, well, the PGA, they say, has the best field because the Open has qualifiers that aren't going to do anything, and the Masters is the invitation.
Invitational.
Mhm.
I mean, but what's great about the Open is that I guess if you're a 1.2,
Yeah, I don't remember what the handicap got off. It's something like
I
that.
think it's a
1.2, 1.6, something like that.
for the
Yeah.
flat bellies.
Yeah.
The Senior Open, I think you can be as much as a 5.
Oh, really?
Maybe even a
It is. I'm not positive exactly how much. It is a little more.
yeah, a little more forgiving.
Yeah. But, those bones kind of hurt. We need a little extra room.
That's a really fun thing. I try and qualify for U.S. Open every year,
Yeah.
and what an experience that is. I've gotten to final qualifying, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times now, and it is such a fun grind.
Now, is that a walk-in tournament, or can you use your card?
No, you have to walk.
You have to walk an Open
and
qualifier.
Final qualifying is 36 holes in the same day.
And
so
can you have a caddy?
Yeah, so
You have a buddy that
it's
carries for you?
I do, yeah. So it's like 12, 13 miles walking
It's a long
plus
yeah.
competitive golf.
And plus, at some of these tracks here, they're not flat tracks.
You can.
You're going uphill and
Yeah, a couple years ago, I played one at Pronghorn up in Bend, and
That's straight
it was
uphill.
downhill. Yeah, it was a trek for sure. So
So-
fun though.
in retrospect now, you're happy you made these decisions to follow this.
Absolutely, I'm so pleased to be where I'm at right now. Yeah, I definitely. If I could go back and do it again, I'd try and play golf somewhere in college.
Yeah.
That's definitely a change that I would make, but I really can't be upset with where I'm at.
Well, my opinion always has been that you guys are from another planet, the planet Schwack. Okay? Because you're Schwackers. And to shoot, what's your lowest competitive?
Competitive 65, I think.
How was that? Was that a pretty good day?
Pretty good day. It's
Yeah.
amazing how easy golf feels when you shoot 65.
Putts going in from everywhere.
Putts going in, hitting it solid.
I love when they say you made 45 feet worth of putts. There's been days out here where I've made like 17 inches worth of putts, 18 inches worth of putts, where it stops right there at the door.
Yep, half a roll.
I had a crazy event with a friend a couple months ago. We played out at the Lights, and we made 11 birdies between the two of us.
It's
and
usually a pretty good
like
money.
essentially alternate shot. Yeah, we won the
pretty good
event by
pro
7.
money
And we definitely made over 200 feet of putts. It was crazy.
Is that right?
We just made putts from everywhere. It was so fun.
That's a blast.
When you just hit the ball and you see it going in.
It's a great course to learn how to play golf.
Oh, the Lights is an incredible place. Highly recommend going there. I play there a lot. That's where I've been playing mainly left-handed with my friends.
Is that right?
Great place to learn the game.
It's still, I think Landmark's still.
I'm not sure what their
it's
operations are.
and it's open all. I mean,
They're open till 10 p.m.
10
They've
p.m.
got stadium lighting up there. They're about to open a new clubhouse. So really cool
when
facility over there.
when the tour comes,
The caddies, there's the caddy
caddies
game
have a
out there.
big money game out there, and you got to make a hole in one to win a skin.
Not always. There's some hard golf holes out there.
But you're going to have 2 birdies.
Most of the time, but there's a 220-yard hole out there, so it's very possible to be the one person in the group that makes it 2. So you just never know.
Well, let's bring it back to Mission Hills because we talked about the Dinah. There's when you come down 15, there's the German Ford is in play.
Oh, it's there. I hit so many tee shots in the right rough there.
Yeah.
Which, you just sort of have to do.
Yeah, you don't want to go left there. And of course, the iconic number 18, which is
amazing.
Best finishing holes.
Ever.
Yeah.
Right? And the Palmer. People say, well, the Palmer's the easier. Easier?
Yeah,
And the first 4 holes are a million yards. Number 1, I hit a great drive. I'm at this point in my game now, because of my age, where I'm wearing out 4 hybrids and 5 woods on par 4s.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about it.
A lot of us are.
But a 6-iron used to be 160. Step on it.
Yeah.
Perfect. And your numbers go down. They have. I played Bighorn one day with Mr. Harmon, Mr. Haas, and Mr. Couples.
Jay
Haas
Haas?
is one of the most beautiful guys you'll ever meet. And so I got a Divine 9 in my bag. Callaway. Divine 9. Now, at the time,
9 wood?
It was a 9 wood.
Yeah.
So it was a 185 on a dime. And so I'm on the tee box. That's my Divine 9. He goes, how far do you hit? I hit a 185, Freddie. You'll probably hit a 385. He hits it 5 feet from the pin on a par 3. So equipment is another thing.
And now Freddie Couples has a ton of head coverage.
I know, man.
Oh, yeah.
Woods, bunch of hybrids.
I know he does.
Yeah, he only goes up to, I think, it's 7-iron. Then it's hybrids after that.
I mean, that was an example of where they couldn't be any.
Yeah. That's quite a treat.
That's being a so-called celebrity. And I'm on the bottom rung of the celebrity ladder out here, especially.
Sure.
The opportunity to play with the great players. I played with Julie Inkster. I played with.
Yeah, what a treat. Anytime you get to play with someone better than you.
Oh, yeah.
And walking up 18, as I related to Dave Musso, I think last week, took the opportunity to say to Julie, because, the place was packed. The stands were full for the pro.
Right.
I said to Julie, is this the greatest walk in the LPGA? Walking up 18 at the Dinah? She goes, oh, this is a great walk, Coach. Walking up the 18th at the U.S. Open with a 6-stroke lead is a pretty good walk.
That's where the strut kind of comes in. You get that Rory McIlroy bounce going.
You just hit your second shot on the green.
Well,
it's
yeah,
all
I know.
good.
The opportunity to see Michelle Wee as a 13-year-old.
I tell you what, one of the most amazing experiences I've had as a golf spectator happened here in 2015, 16, when Lexi Thompson got that crazy ruling,
Penalty, and
the 4-shot penalty, and
almost came back and won it.
And got pulled after the 12th hole, then pulled it on 13, hit it over the trees, made a birdie putt from like 20 feet through tears.
She was on a 10.
Wow.
And then as she was walking up 18, the entire crowd was electric, chanting, Lexi, Lexi. It was amazing.
I know. I felt
what
bad.
an atmosphere.
I felt a little bad for the winner who deserved to win.
Of course.
And was a very
played amazing.
very sweet person. But Lexi was special. Lexi had personality.
Yeah.
And it was so tall, and she had, and this is what you notice as the starter, she had a little bit of shake in that right hand.
Every single person who's ever hit a golf shot under any sort of pressure, their hands are shaking.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people all the
Just this
time.
little shake.
I'll never forget. I was just starting off on the Lone Star Tour in the 90s, south of Houston, and I'm on the first tee. And it wasn't my hands. It was my left leg.
Shake.
I couldn't stop my leg from going up and down. And I finally had to force my heel on the ground. I just swang and almost closed my eyes, just pray. Please, just let me make some kind of contact. And I hit it pretty good. But those jitters,
It's amazing
when
how-
you're under pressure.
Yeah. for
Well,
sure.
tell me about proper tee selection for people, that there's no shame in when you get older to move up.
I really like doing the thing with people where I ask them how far they hit their driver, and I multiply it by 25. And that's the factor, because when you look at someone like me, I'm hit it really good, right? I hit it far. I hit it 300 yards generally, and a long course for me would be 7,500 yards. So if you divide 7,500 by 300, you get 25. So if you take your driving distance and you multiply it by 25, that should be like the high end of the distance of the tees that you play. And I promise you, if you do that, you're playing a tee that's way longer than that. I do this a lot with the women that I coach, who, a lot of people around here are hitting it about 150 yards. Right. And you multiply that by 25, you get like 3,700 yards. Like, we have a course here that's 5,500 yards from the red tees. And I tell them, if I played a golf course that was the same ratio of driving distance to total distance, I'd be playing an 11,000-yard golf course. I tell people all the time, it's like, the task you are being asked to do is way more difficult than the task I'm being asked to do. And I have more control of my golf ball.
Right.
So, it's just a totally different game. So that's what I would recommend. If you are curious about what tees to play, take an average drive, how far you hit it, multiply it by 25, and look for a tee that is around that number.
Very good advice there.
Another thing that I tell people for tees, a lot of people will have this idea of a score that they want to shoot.
Right.
I want to break 80 sometime, right? So my advice to people is go play the shortest tees possible until you break that number.
And then come back.
Until you shoot 79, go play the short tees. And then once you've done that, move one tee back. Play there until you break 80 again, and then move back.
Great advice. I'd be playing from the, those little pink ones that are way past the red tee. Yeah.
The legacy tees?
The legacy
The Legends,
tees.
yeah.
The Legends.
That's what I do. That's what I've been doing left-handed. I've been playing the Legends tees and the red tees a lot, because it just puts so much emphasis on the scoring clubs.
Right.
And we see that day after day after day after day. It's like people are pretty good at getting it up around the green somewhere and then get in the hole in 5.
Let me tell you something. I got beat in the match. Never once on the green in regulation.
Yeah.
Never one time out of the 15,
If you can chip in
14 holes that I was able
Yep.
to play. 13 holes that I was able to play. Just chip and was that 5-4?
If you're a 10 handicap or above, the easiest place to shave scores off your strokes is short game. When we look at the highest levels, PGA Tour players, they separate themselves based on their iron play. The people who hit it the closest every week are the people who win. And the chipping, pitching, everybody's pretty good at chipping and pitching on the PGA Tour. That's not how you're going to separate yourself. But when you're a 10, 15 handicap, if you get better at chipping and pitching and putting, you can save it.
You're going to find yourself in the 70s.
Be a stroke
You
of
can
hole.
save a ton of shots.
Now, we haven't talked with these two amazing golf teachers yet, about the flat blade. Let's talk about the
We can talk all day about putting.
I know.
Let's talk
I mean, I
about it.
see all these guys out there now, and they're walking up. First of all, when they walk their feet up, aren't they, like, not supposed to do that? towards the hole, even the pro.
You're talking about aim point?
Yeah,
I assume.
aim.
Where
Tony
they go
Boskin had me out there with the 2 fingers and times 6, and then if your feet tell you it's times 4, I'm like,
there are all sorts of processes out there. Aim point exists out there. Two a read is good. That's sort of a mathematical formula that is sort of based on the same idea. If you know what percentage slope you're standing on and the distance, you can figure out how much break there is. I tell people putting's reading greens is an educated guess. It's all it is, right? And the more you do it, the more educated that guess becomes. And the better you get at your other skills, right? Start line control, speed control. The better you get at those will feed into the green reading as well. As you can start to notice, I hit that exactly how I wanted and it didn't do what I saw. That just feeds the algorithm in your brain to make better choices next
the
time.
amateurs, this is one of the things that drives me crazy. How much does it break, Coach? I go, how hard are you going to hit it? Because I don't know how hard you're going to. The worst thing you can do in a 2-man game is ask your partner, where's it going to break? I mean,
How hard are you going to hit
I
it?
say, exactly. How hard are you going to hit it? If it's stopping at the hole, it's going to break X amount. If it's stopping 6 inches past, it's going to break Y amount. If it's stopping 18 inches past, it's going to break Z amount.
Didn't his break? His broke? Why didn't mine break? Well, you hit it.
Well, yeah, it doesn't
25
break
miles
when
an
you
hour.
hit it 6
Right.
feet past the hole, right?
Exactly.
What a thrill for us, Dave. Pro in the hack, which is, making some noise around the community.
I hear that, yeah.
20,000 views on one of them.
Well, we looked up just off of Facebook and a few others. We're actually closer to 70,000 now,
Is
just
that
off
right?
Dave Stockton there. So wonderful, and folks, just remember to get a chance, subscribe, like us,
And share.
and
Please,
share.
please
We want to
share
hear
for
some
us.
comments. You got some comments for me, Coach Scott,
No,
even.
absolutely.
Let us
Happy to
know,
answer any questions.
and we'd love to answer
And
your
if you-
questions.
If you're moving to the Coachella Valley, or you're living here and you're watching this, and you're thinking to yourself, I worked my whole life, I got some dough, and I just moved here, and I'm wondering what club should I join?
We've got a great adult playground here.
Oh, it's
We've got
just
an amazing
fantastic.
fitness facility, 3 amazing golf courses, great practice facility. We
I
have
hate to use the term tennis and pickleball, but they're available.
And they're
we have
available too.
A ton of pickleball courts.
we
We
do.
have 3 different surfaces of tennis courts. We have bocce happening. We have world-class croquet lawns.
We do.
We've
That's
got
right.
all sorts of things.
Adult
Any sort of
playground.
any
I love
sort of
that.
hobby
Absolutely.
you can get into.
And plus they have so many things going on. They got
So many
trivia
clubs within a
nights, they got all
club.
kinds of clubs.
Absolutely.
They got
Tons
the
of
women
activities to be
putters
doing.
thing, and I mean, there's a million things. To
Oh,
do.
the list goes
This-
on, yeah.
This would be the place that you want to try. Just
Absolutely
Google
amazing
Mission
place to
Hills,
be.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And they have the greatest teaching staff in the Coachella Valley, and fabulous pro staff, a great general manager. This is a wonderful place, and it's. And I tell people on the East Coast, when you're chipping ice out of the ball washer in Jacksonville, we're playing golf.
It's 73 here.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Scott.
Exactly.
Absolutely, my
Great
pleasure. Thanks for having
Great
me.
pleasure. We appreciate
Scott,
it.
thank you so much. Wonderful to always work with you. It's been a lot of fun. We've been together now 4 years now, something like that. So it's always a pleasure every
The
day.
teaching staff is ridiculous here. It really is. It's so good, and it has a
Got
lot
some
to
good
offer.
pros on staff here.
And we got
Absolutely.
Dinah Shore right behind us. I mean, how could you beat that?
That's right.
Thanks for tuning in. God willing, we'll be back next week with another edition of The Pro. 2 pros today. And The Hack with coffee on his shirt. Thank you very much. Peace.
With host, the pro, and the hack. One's got charts set and a game plan. One's got coffee on their shirt. One's quoting data, one's guessing. Somehow it still kind of works. With host, the pro and the hack, breaking it down, then laughing it back. One's got the play, one runs off track. You'll learn a thing or two and love the way they clash with the pro